Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Campus Care Ed Talks. Ed Talks is a platform where educators and leaders come on board and express their viewpoints related to education and society. Our topic for the day is making things visible in the classroom. And for the same, we have with us Mr. Indranil Gupta, Director and Principal of Indus Public School, Rohtak. A very warm welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm honored.
How are you doing, sir? It's so good to have you here.
I'm absolutely fine. What about you?
I'm doing great, sir, and it's a pleasure to have you here too.
Same here. Same here. I am also deeply honored.
So, let's not waste any time and shall we start
Absolutely.
with the session,
Absolutely.
sir? Yeah.
Please do. Please do. Please do.
So, firstly, sir, what does it, mean to make student thinking visible? Because, in the topic itself, it's mentioned making things visible in the classroom. What does it actually means for the students to make things
Yep.
thinking, visible?
Yep. You're right. Right. First of all, we need to understand what visible thinking is all about, you know. And I feel within the term itself, the answer is given. Thought is basically a process which happens within, and then we express it through our words and things like that. And thought is everything with regard to cognitive, metacognitive, association. It's everything. So visual thinking is nothing but basically a flexible process and systematic process which started as a research-based concept to look into the teaching learning methodologies within a conceptual framework where the students thinking along with the content learning across subject matters becomes visible. So in a nutshell, that's the thing. Now, how does it go about, and whatever question you have put, that's very pertinent, that what does it mean to make student learning visible or student thinking visible? So what happens is that we engage the students in a classroom situation, or for that matter, in any particular place where teaching learning is taking place, through a series of questions or processes. Okay, graded questions. The questions need to be graded, and the difficulty levels will be going on from a simple level to a complex level. It can be turned upside down also, does not matter. Which will
Uh, okay, so I think there's a problem with Indranil sir, internet. We'll just wait for him to join again.
Yeah, I think it's a problem with the connection.
You are audible now, sir.
Am I visible?
No, you're not visible. You need to switch on your camera, sir.
Okay, just a second. Yeah, sorry, it's connectivity
It's totally fine.
problem. I'm extremely sorry for that.
Totally
Yeah,
fine. You
we
can
were
continue.
in what does it mean to make student learning visible, right? So I've told you that it is through some graded questions or steps that we can do it, and through which students can think deeply about the thing in hand, cognitively or metacognitively. And these graded questions are basically done through certain routines. In terms of visible thinking, we call it certain routines which are followed. And if these routines are followed, then students can start thinking naturally. We can call them as natural thinkers. And they can articulate their thinking in such a manner that those thinkings become visible. And in this process, both the teacher and the student, they engage in this particular process in order to make the thinking that is going on in the mind of both of them visible. So that is how it's being done. And when we will come to the other questions, I think things will become much more clearer. So these visual thinking strategies are basically very popular teaching strategies. And today, VTS or visual thinking strategies are used in museums, schools, universities, health institutions also all around the world. You know, so basically, it is being described as art, which is essential for discussion or discussing topics, already in hand. So that is visual thinking all about.
Thank you so much, sir, for beautifully explaining what visual thinking is. So when we talk about what visual thinking is, now that
Right.
we have understood the
Uh-huh.
concept of it, so are
Yeah.
there any kind of tools that we call strategies or tools? What kind of tools can help us?
Yeah. Lots,
Yeah.
lots of tools. Lots of tools. A few of them that we basically know or we go around. Every one of us, I mean to say every teacher, even without knowing visual thinking, they are using these tools. So this is, let's say, Edward Bono's six thinking hats, where Bono is saying that you wear one particular hat and you start thinking in that particular manner. Okay, because of paucity of time, I can't just explain these things. Okay, so Bono's six thinking hats is a visual thinking tool. Then there's the beautiful thing of see, think, and wonder. What are you seeing? Okay, what is coming to your mind by seeing to that as questions, and then what do you infer from that? Then mind maps, which are very common in any CBSE schools when the teachers are telling or teaching students, they use the mind maps, or let's say the graphic organizers that we often use in that sense of the term. And then the silent debate. This is a very beautiful concept where, let's say, you make a group of four students, you give them four different colored pens, and on the same chart paper, they are writing out their thoughts on a particular topic, but they are not talking to each other. And there are different groups who are writing that. And then they are seeing that what are the kinds of views that is coming on that particular chart paper. So it's a wonderful way of not communicating, through words, but putting their thoughts or flow it on the chart paper. And then from that, take ideas and make it a coherent whole. Apart from that, like let's say, we can also have what makes you say that. That's a routine. Like what's going on? What do you see that makes known as interpretation with justification? You are interpreting and you are justifying. Another method is think, puzzle, and explore. What do you think you know about this topic? What questions or puzzles you are thinking about it? And how you can explore this topic. So this is a routine that sets the stage for deeper inquiry or understanding. Like, for example, think, pair, share. So you are first of all putting a question to all others, and then you are asking them to. Sorry, again, I think I lost you. You are asking them to, take a few minutes of thinking time and design their thoughts, and then you are pairing them together to share their thoughts. So this is known as think, pair, share strategy. And like this, there are lots of other strategies which will take a lot of time. There are about 20-25 strategies that I can go on speaking about. But I think a few examples I have given. Along with them, like this see, think, wonder is a very popular methodology which is often used by teachers for visible thinking.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your views on,
Yep.
what tools we can actually um, use to make thinking visible in classrooms. So when we talk about,
Right.
making thinking visible at the classroom, so why is it important?
Yeah.
Why do you think
Uh-huh.
is it really important to do so?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It is important for so many reasons. I will try to give as pointers all these things. Number one, when you do this, you are truly engaging every child in meaningful things. That's one of its core aspects. Second is it is a very collaborative learning environment. Through visible thinking, you can create a collaborating learning environment while expressing your views or even contrary views. It's not necessary that all the views are similar. You can even express contrary views through visible. Third is it gives you a platform to express views or, as I said, contrary views. And it is easier for the teacher to leverage dissent, differences, articulation, different conceptual understanding, and things like that. It becomes very easy for the teachers to do the same. Again, the main point is it does not bring about conceptions, it does not strengthen the conception. It also brings out the misconceptions that is lying within the mind of the students. That's the beauty of visible thinking. Apart from that, it brings out the difference between real and apparent learning environment. Like suppose some child is very energetic, very enthusiastic, very fluent, very good in speaking in English, communication, very smart. It does not matter in visible thinking. In visible thinking, basically content matters. How you are interacting with the content. It does not matter how fluent you are, how smart you are. It always becomes that how you are bringing the content up or the consumption up or how you are making the connections metaphorically or in the real world. So that is why we need making thinking visible in classrooms.
Thank you so much, sir. So when we talk about, why is it important and the,
Yeah,
reasons and um, everything behind it. So what are the three key questions, when
yeah.
using visual thinking strategies?
Okay, fine. So I'll give you the three questions very quickly. Number one, the first question that comes out is if you are looking at some picture, what's going on in that picture? That's the first question that comes to the mind. Okay, you are showing the children some picture. Let's say, I'm just taking one example. So your first question or key inquiry will be, what's going on in this picture? Just by showing them, you can ask this particular question. And the next moment, what happens, you will see that children, instead of talking facts, they become judgmental. Suppose in the frame, I can see your picture and I show it to the students and I tell them, I can see two frames and all other things. That what do you see in the picture? So immediately they become judgmental. They start saying, we are looking at a lady who is very beautiful to look at. So, the judgment comes. But again, you will have to draw them back to the point that, okay, this is a woman
Yeah.
who is sitting. Our next question will be, what is a woman? How do you know it's a woman? It's not a man. So this is how the graded questions go. So the first question is, as I said, what's going on in the picture or in the scheme of things? Second is, what do you see? What makes you say that? What do you see? What makes you say whatever you are saying? So the children will say, I'm seeing this, and that is why I'm saying that. That's the second key question. And the third key question is that what more can we find? So then the child will try to go beyond, a little beyond whatever is being realistically presented through a picture or any particular content, and we try to find connections with the real life or maybe metaphor. So these are the three key questions that, in visible thinking, we ask.
Thank you so much, sir, for being here today. And, it was really an informative session with you. I hope the viewers enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you so much again.
Thank you so much. I'm honored again.
Thank you so much, sir. And for
Yeah.
all the viewers watching us out, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more stuff like this. Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Same here. And same to all the viewers who have watched this very patiently. Thanks a lot.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.